People First Podcast is a show presented by people with learning disabilities for our friends and community. We talk about issues that are important to us and interview interesting people to find out new information. This is our way to make a difference and have our voices heard.
Welcome to the first episode of the People First Corner. This is a new episode branching out from the People First podcast that's going to be more informal. So guys, why do you reckon this format's a good idea?
I think it's a good idea because it's a different type of podcast, but to bring more fun into it. And I think that's a different way of doing it, but fun.
Well, I mean, it's a good idea because we have our serious professional work podcast channel, but then with a new one, a corner one that's more light-hearted, more fun, and just talk. That would help keep our episodes more tidier, and then from now on there'll be less mix-up.
Yeah, sort of like someone, for example, if I were listening and I'd listened to a professional someone who were professional, and then popped on the week after and it were, I don't know, musician, I might be like, well, I thought the podcast was for professionals, so that's why we're thinking of branching out.
Yes, that's a good idea, Tom. I like the idea again. Thanks for explaining.
I think it's just the professional one. But also, I think after a while, we'll get new and old. Listen to both podcasts. So I say yes to a new one.
So, moving on to the history of the podcast. Back in 2017, I think it was, started as Real Talk Radio and then changed into the podcast format in about 2020. And we came up with the idea really because of all of the skills we've learned, which was the script writing and then reading off the script. We thought it'd just be doing the podcast corner one, it'd be more free flowing instead of just reading off a script for the professional ones. So, for example, now we're just sort of like doing a general discussion compared to the professional where we're deciding on the script and then just asking the questions.
I think, Tom, that was beautifully explained. And yes, you have talked to me a lot about how from the very beginning how there was like not really a podcast. Then in 2017 it was Real Talk, and then in 2020 when you know what happened, we all, not just you guys, but everyone learned a lot of skills, and in 2021 when I started coming, it already, you all made me welcome that first day, and it was like you had already created a lot, and not just from Real Talk, but the company, the service, I mean, had come up with a lot.
I've kept up doing the questions. I sent the emails out. I upload the episode and on the social media.
Going on from that, we'd still be using the skills that Jane was just mentioning, like sending out emails, uploading it all to social media, that sort of thing. We'd just be ad-libbing the questions and learning the new skill.
Yeah, I think the more new skills we learn to use, the better. Because it'd be a different way for the listeners. I think the more informal way would be better.
It's a lot better. It's a lot better idea. It would make. Yes, I like the idea, and let's hope it can. I mean, it would be nice. It would just be nice to have a thing, this podcast corner channel, as well as the professional podcast channel. As we've just said, it would make it easier for our not as professional podcasts. We're not stopping our main show. We're not stopping any of our podcasts here. Not our main ones. We just want to have an extra.
So, I'm going to have a discussion of some ideas of who we could have for the podcast People First KC Podcast Corner.
We've got some planned. I have planned a podcast. I planned a podcast guest, and I've sent the email out to him. It's a band. It's a sea shanty team from Norfolk and they're based in Sheringham. They're called the Sheringham Shanty Men.
I would like to have the 1964.
Oh, 1964! What a brilliant.
Undercover 2, yeah.
Undercover 2.
I don't know, there's a couple that I was thinking of, and I think I'd be struggling to get them myself. Maybe one or two members of ABBA.
Now,
or Band Boy Chiller Crew.
ABBA would be a little bit. Where are they from?
Sweden,
innit? But I'd have Mike again because he's nice and easy and close. And if ever he's free again, we could have him again.
One band I would, but I think it might be hard to get in touch with them. The Drifters.
yeah, that's it.
I know you're all too young for them. But I go to see them nearly every year. And for my time, I'm a 60s girl. And I listened to them when I was younger. And I've just carried it on through. And I've gone every year. And if you're my age, I like soul music and Motown music. They're bloody fantastic.
Yes, definitely. The Drifters. Yeah, I like their stuff. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
They're wonderful. I'd like to interview Cher.
Oh my
Big
God.
time difference as well.
My
Yes,
bloody
time
as well.
difference.
So, as you can probably tell, we've all got some great ideas, so
We have.
we'll probably start small and build up as we go.
Start off small and build up as we go. I'd like to, there's loads of people. I'd like to interview Paul Jones from the Manfreds.
And I know for the listeners, it'll be very different kind of podcast. But I think it's going to be very exciting.
Yes, I agree. I mean, I like the idea, and it will be nice to have a not as professional corner to come to while still doing our other things as well, our main podcasts. Well, I wouldn't say main, but the other podcasts.
No, other than that, I think it's going to be a good, different venture out for us, really. And
Oh, I do. I
I think it'll just be pretty good, really. So, that's it for the first episode of the People First Keithley and Craven Podcast Corner. Thanks for everyone for supporting us for the last 6 or so years, and hope you keep supporting us for the new podcast as well.
Thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you very much, everyone, and we hope that you enjoy our new corner, and let's see about keeping it going.
And thank you for all the listeners. And enjoy the new episode.
Remember to comment, like, and share on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find us by searching for People First Podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.